Alright, so I've been wanting to share something, but I haven't until now. Um, so this recent thing I was writing in the SongCreator program in Python, I've been writing something called LiftOff. So currently, before that, we had a button called generate. And in that generate button creates the guitar profile. This LiftOff button generates every variation of guitar profile available. What that means for every key and scale is a variation. So you have a unique key and a unique scale. But it turns out there's not that many unique combinations of single key and single scales. There's only about 1,200. I have about 105 scales, I think it is. 12 keys. It's about 1,200 unique variations. Just one key and one scale. Now, when I introduce a second key and a second scale, so I could have two keys and two scales. If I have 105 scales, I have 12 unique keys. How many combination of two keys and two scales can I have? I can have C and C matching. I could have the same key, but I can't have all four matching. I can't have C and C and the scales and the same scale. It has to be the same key or unique key, two pairs of keys, and two different scales. Well, two different scales if they're the same key. Otherwise, if they're different keys, then the scales could be the same. So basically take in 4 dimensions, 4 parameters, and per each unique key, 2 key combination, such as A, B, A, C, or even AA. Okay, let's go with unique keys. Or, well, okay. Let me just share something. Alright, take a look at this. So first I wrote this LiftOff code to look in the desired tuning that I set and look for all the subfolders and generate a list of all the subfolders it's expecting based on all the variations that it can have, and look if the folders exist. If folders don't exist, then create the folders. Also, keep track of which folder doesn't have a guitar profile of this version in it. And okay, so let's look at A. See, okay, 109 unique scales. So you go in A and there's 109 different scales. This is a single key, single scale, 109 folders. But when you introduce 2 keys from A to A, you get 11,500 variations between 2 different scales. I don't know how that even like the math, like, okay, you go from 109 from a single key to two keys, 11,500. So this is the same key, two of the same keys. You got 11,000 variations of two different scales. So every scale has to have the other scale. So the 105 scales, and each single scale has to go through the 105 of the other variations. So that, do the math, I don't know. Oh wow. So yeah, actually I'm not done with the single key generation. Okay, so look at, sorry, I'm not done with, I am done with the single key generation. If I go to any single key, every folder should be filled. But if I go to double keys, they're not all done yet because, okay, look at this key of A and A is 11,500. Let's go with A to A sharp. It's more, 11,600, because this one, two different keys allows the same scales. So there's, of course, there's going to be some more. So already we're at, what, 22,000 between two folders, and then you go to a third folder and it increases it. So you got 12, how many different variations of two different keys times, or approximately 11,000. And all of that all sums up to a unique combination amount, or 1.6 million variations. 1,600,000 different variations of two keys and two scales. And so what this LiftOff is allowing my program to do is that I discovered some errors. So like right now the code is generating files over and over. Right now it's generating 916 files, 920 file, and I just leave this on for like 8 hours, 10 hours in the background. And around that time, I don't know, it goes 100,000, 90,000 in about 8 to 10 hours. So, and I discovered some errors that I only discovered after generating 100,000. And I didn't discover these errors when I had generated a single file. So this LiftOff program helps the debugging process. I feel confident that I resolved all the errors that prevented the song from generating. And what's fascinating is, last time I streamed I had this going, there was a bug that, several bugs. The file would generate, and I would only know what error after I opened it with my song visualizer. So this song visualizer opens the guitar profile. I can't open it now because it's in process. But the song visualizer program opens up the guitar profile. And if that errors, if opening the guitar profile errors with song visualizer, then I know it's an invalid guitar profile. And so what I had to do is backtrack the ones that were errored, because they still generated a file. It still generated a file even though it errored. So I had to backtrack and say, don't generate file. Or, no, you can't stop the generation of file. I have to open it after to see if it has error. So I have to open it and then see if it has error. And then if it has error, then I delete it. So I had to go back to the ones I deleted, and or the ones I created, and delete all the errored. What blew my mind is there was 10,000 errored files that were deleted. I just altered the program to look through the subfolders and folders and whatever based. Anyways, also what I did was, so I deleted the files that were errored, but I had to go further than that, because I found another bug. Whenever I discovered an error in the guitar profile, the logic I wrote is to continue. Like, okay, you messed up this guitar profile. That means just try again. You know, clear out all your variables, do a clean state, and try to regenerate again. So what I saw strange was, in this log that I'm looking at, I would see the correct file on one take, but then the log would say, oh, error when in this file, trying again. And I saw something strange when it tried again. It didn't carry over the same settings of the previous song. It would just reset to what it. So like I had a folder gmixolydian filled with a just stack of files. It's like, wait. So it turns out every time a file errored, it would generate a wrong song. So the logic I'm going on this is it's only generating songs for the folders that have no songs in them. So I generated the folders first, 1.6 million subfolders I have. And it's going through every single subfolder and seeing if it has a guitar profile in it or not. And if it doesn't, then yeah, it generates one. So my goal is to have 1.6 million guitar profiles and find 20 of them to write an album with. So 20 out of is 1.6 million. Also, I'm never going to be able to look through all 1.6 million in my lifetime. But I want the ability to go and click any folder that I'm in the mood for. Oh, let's click G. The key is G and F. And let's click melodic minor and Neapolitan or whatever. See, it's not filled yet. It hasn't gotten there. But if I go to the C and C, there's better odds. I think the C and C folder is more filled because it kind of started there. Let's go Lydian, diminished, and Balinese. See? It's already found. So I've done approximately 400,000 out of 1.6 million. So I still have 1.2 million. And it's approximately 12 gigs so far. I'm estimating approximately 50 gigs when filled. Only guessing. And yeah, I already cleaned up the folders. I deleted anything that's not guitar pro 5, such as MP3 or .gp, because I need that GP5. This is so remember each guitar profile is like what, 50 kilobits. If I have 14 gigs of watch the subfolder count go up. The subfolder count should be 1.6 million. Might be more because it's counting the keys folders there, but basically 1.6 million. So far we're at 500,000 files. Well, that's counting a single key variation. But yeah, I have I'm estimating 50 gigs, so I went up to 17 gigs already. Last I checked, I was at 14 gigs. So it took a lot of work to get this LiftOff functionality because I had to fix logic and how I wrote the rhythm measure arrangement type 2 rhythm. I had to. There was an area that I had catching an error or catching number of tries, because the way I wrote the rhythm, it would find one string, but then it would stop at finding the second. It would find the first string and fret, the note, in other words, and then it would get stuck finding the second string or fret in that same distance, given all the filters I'm having. And the code was already written in a way like, oh, yeah, this will probably happen, and I just had to extend it a little bit more. Just say, okay. What I do is I log each note. So I had to say, all right, just if this condition, just set it to the previous one. So like, I'll take a 5-note chord pattern over a 4-note, or I'll take a 5 rhythm count pattern over 4, if that means not erroring, if it means not having a bug, if it doesn't, because the way the rhythm I wrote it, it's a pattern, plays a chord a number of times, and then plays the next chord a number of times, and it keeps track of how many times, because it has to keep that pattern of how many times. And I was gonna write it so that the rhythm will just switch to an arpeggio, since it found the first note, and I don't want it to get stuck on finding the second note. I was just gonna say, alright, just switch to arpeggio. But I decided against that because arpeggios I already have in this section manager subsections. It's another object I have called section manager. That one counts, keeps the sections, intro, verse, chorus, whatever. And so each of these things I have going on when it generates a guitar profile, it has to go in the correct sequence. One thing has to go before another, and then the other thing has to go before this, and then this has to go after that. Like, first I get all the strings, frets, notes, lengths. Then I write it into the guitar profile. Then after writing guitar profile, I open the guitar profile. And when I open the guitar profile, you have to go through each note and each measure. And it's all worth it. For the sake of learning music notation and how it works with programming notation. Yeah, this is Python, Pygame, PyGuitar Pro, Pillow, tkinter, and lots of logic. Delta time, frames. For the song visualizer, delta time, Pygame. For the SongCreator, tkinter. Just, oh yeah, PyGuitar Pro, of course. Python, Pygame, PyGuitar Pro, private programming project was tkinter. It's a lot. So this currently, while sitting here, it's already generated almost 3,000 files, 2,800 files. Stop going blurry. Darn camera. All right. Right now it's on D sharp, F sharp. There's some interesting scales out of this, Phrygian, how do you pronounce that? Then there's Mixolydian, Ionian, Dorian. Oh gosh, what else? Hirajoshi. Pentatonics, of course. Dominant seventh. What else? There's a lot. Let's go look around. Let's look in C and C because it's the most complete. I mean, it's the most complete. And let's just go here. No, I don't want, I'm tired of Lydian. Let's go. Tired of pentatonic. Bebop dominant Romuman minor. What does this sound like? Hold on, let me change my sound. Alright, how does this sound? Hold on. It's gonna be loud. Okay, one thing I did recently, maybe after this, is I removed 16th notes from being eligible to have tuplet 3s. Tuplet 3s. Why? Because I'm tired of them. 16th notes and a tuplet is too fast. But so far I haven't seen 16th and tuplet. Actually, right here. 16th and tuplet. Fast. I'm skipping this song. Too fast. Let's go to the next one. Sort by date. 315. Algerian and blues. Let's go to August. Just to see what August was like of last year, August 2022. And then we'll compare the 15th of March. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done. Okay, wait, hold on. Just guitars. Okay, I'm done. Let's go to 15th of March. So the tempo is slow because I want to hit 100% of notes. There's a balance between playability and listenability. I gotta meet in the middle. Yeah, let's keep going C to C. Let's try diatonic and chromatic. Compared to July of last year was another recent one. This is July of last year. that was interesting. So we saw a lot of things going on. You saw the time signature change. You saw the tempo change. And there's a lot. And it changed the scale. Cool. I would have to keep this one as something to look at. I try to keep the ones that are good. I'm trying to find what is it that I'm trying to get 20 songs for an album 3. And I just keep building the songs to look at, and whenever I play guitar, it's just Almond Brothers Band and Thin Lizzy right now. It's not. I don't know why. I just don't feel like making an album. I'm getting there. Hawaiian. I don't feel Hawaiian. What scale do I want? I'm okay with looking at C and C. Well, because it's most complete. What scale do I want to look at? Okay, actually, let's try looking at a D. Or C, no, yeah, let's try looking at a D and D sharp. Okay, these are just generated 16th, they're more recent. Aeolian and Balinese. Okay, let's see how this one. I like it. At first I thought it was slow. It was like, okay, it's 90 BPM, it's got half note rhythm, so slow. And then it is slow, but that I mean, okay, it is slow, but then this doesn't worry me too much. It looks okay. 120 BPM and these 8/16 notes dotted. And then what is it? This is what this is what sold me. And this got me thinking. Brainstorm, have each 3 guitar arrangements if each current index of lengths is equal to quarter or above. Chance for all guitar arrangement to have palm mute.